Welcome to this inversion free flow where we will tackle everything except for inversions and arm balances. So grab some props if you need, and let's get started. So find your way to a nice comfortable seated position. If you'd like to sit on some props, feel free to do so. We'll start with a brief check-in with the breath. We'll let the arms rest wherever they're comfy, either on your legs or stacked lightly in your lap. Eyes closed, and start to focus in on your breath. Nice gentle breath in and out through the nose. And allow your mind's eye to concentrate on that rhythm of breath. Try to let go of any unnecessary tension in the body. So letting go of any clenching in the jaw or the face. Letting the shoulders relax and let them feel wide and broad and open. Nice long spine. And being mindful that the spine is stacked right over the hips. Sometimes this can give the sensation of falling backwards. Start to gradually deepen the breath. Let your eyes start to blink open. From here, take a nice inhale, let the arms sweep up overhead, interlace the fingers, flip the palms up. Exhale, give yourself a nice long stretch here. Give a little tilt from side to side, just a little baby one. And then come back through center, take a nice full inhale. As you exhale, gently release the arms and twist to your right. Staying here for a few breaths. On your next inhale, coming through center, arms can go where you'd like them to, and then exhale, twist to the other side, staying for a couple breaths. Then inhale, bring it back through center, exhale where you need to. If you're sitting on any props, gently remove them and place them to the side. On your next inhale, let the arms float up to shoulder height. As you exhale, side bend over to the right. Right hand is a little bit of distance away from the hips, getting a nice side bend. Inhale, coming up through center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, coming up through center. Exhale, gently side bend to the right. Now here comes a funky transition. Inhale, coming all the way up through center. Spiral around to the left. Left hand down onto the mat. Extend the right leg, extend the left, and find your side plank. Stay for a breath. From here, take the top arm, bring it down under your shoulders, find regular plank. Stay for a breath. Then rotate into the other side plank. So your weight's on your right hand now, left hand extends up. Stay for a breath. Then from here, your bottom leg, which hopefully is your right, you're going to tuck that underneath, sit down onto that right hip, and bring yourself into Sukhasana, your crossed, easy-legged position again. So now you have the opposite leg in front. And we'll do that whole transition again on the opposite side. Inhaling, arms out to the side to a T. As you exhale, side bend over to the left. Inhaling up through center, exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale through center, exhale, side bend to the left. Here comes that transition. Inhale, coming up through center. Exhale, spiral around to the right. Right hand behind you. Extend the left leg. Step onto it. Find your side plank. Stay for a breath. Bring the top hand down to the mat. Find regular plank. Stay for a breath. Rotate to your left side plank, so weight is on the left hand. Stay for a breath. Then tuck that left leg underneath, so you're on the shin bones. Sit the left hip down. Find your Sukhasana cross-leg position. Good. We'll go through that one more time. Inhale the arms out to your side to a T. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhaling up through center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, coming up through center. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhaling up, here comes the transition. Left hand comes behind. Find your side plank. Stay for the breath. Top arm comes underneath. Find regular plank. Stay for a breath. Roll into your right side plank. Now from here, step the bottom foot forward. Top arm comes behind you, and find reverse tabletop. I'm hitting you with all the weird transitions to start off with. So stretching the biceps here, make sure the fingertips are pointing towards the ankles or the heels. Lifting the chest using the glutes and the belly. Keeping the head in line with the spine, the chest, the heart. Good. So from here, let the hips gently drop, walk the feet back. Bring yourself into a squat position. So from this squat position with the fingers on the mat, see if you can find your balance, bringing the hands to the thigh, stacking the spine, finding length, finding your strength in your feet, your core. Hands can either rest on your thighs or you can bring them to prayer at the heart, pressing them together. Take one more nice deep breath here, one more full inhale. As you exhale, press through those legs, come all the way up. Lifting the arms up, inhale, Hasta Tadasana. Exhale, let's take a half sun salutation. Bend those legs, find your Uttanasana. Inhale, straighten the legs, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, bringing it all the way up. Exhale, hands come to the heart. But from here, inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, shift your weight into the right foot. Left thigh will lift up towards the chest. Flex the ankle. Take another breath here. As you exhale, press that leg back. Find your warrior three. Arms can extend by your side, stay at your heart, or go wherever else you'd like them to go. Take one more full inhale. As you exhale, step it back about halfway on your mat. We're going to move into a variation of Parsvottanasana. So go ahead and grab your props if you have them. If you don't, it's okay. I'll give you options otherwise. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine. You can let the arms extend up as well. Exhale, fold at the hips. Hands can come to your thigh above the knee, to the shin below the knee, or to the blocks. You want to make sure that your spine is as long as possible. Imagine both sit bones shooting straight back behind you. Breathing in Parsvottanasana. And one more breath here. We'll move into twisted triangle from here. So leave the left hand where it is. Take a nice full inhale. As you exhale, you're going to move just the waist and the rib cage. Right arm reaches up. Try not to adjust the hips at all. Keep the hips as still as you can. And lengthen through the shoulders. If it's uncomfortable to have the right arm up in the air, then feel free to bring it to the waist. Or even bind it behind the back if the shoulder is okay with that. From here, we'll move into twisted half moon balance. So keeping the twist in the waist, soften the knees, step the left hand forward, shift your weight into the right leg, left leg floats up in the air. Good. From here, bring the torso back to neutral, to a squared position. You can bring both hands for a supported warrior three. From here, we'll come back up to standing, bringing the thigh to the chest. So take your inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, shift your weight back into that right foot. And then exhale, bring the thigh up to the chest. Stay for a breath. Place the foot back down onto the mat, half sun salutation. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, Uttanasana, bend those knees. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Good, so we'll move through the other side. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Weight shifts into the left foot, right thigh. Exhales up to the chest. Stay for a breath. From here, extend that right leg back behind you. Find your warrior three. Hands can stay at your heart, or you can extend them down by your side, or anywhere else you might like them. One more nice full inhale. As you exhale, gently step it back, preparing for Parsvottanasana. Inhale, let the arms sweep up. Exhale, folding at the hips. Hands can come to the thigh, to the shin, or to your blocks. Getting a nice stretch through the hamstring. Moving into our twisted triangle from here, weight comes into the right hand. Take a nice full inhale. As you exhale, twist the waist and open the chest to the left. Left arm can extend up. You can bring the hand to the waist or bind it behind the back. From here, moving into twisted half moon balance. So for the transition, you can let the eyes come down to the mat, but keep the twist in the waist. Bend the knees, shift your weight forward. Right hand will step forward, weight into the left. Right leg floats up behind you. Try to keep that chest open to the left. From here, bring your left hand down to the block, finding your supported warrior three. Take another inhale. As you exhale, bend the knees, shift your weight into the left foot. Swing that back leg forward, thigh to the chest. Stay for a breath. Let the foot come back down to the mat. We'll take a full sun salutation this time. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. You can move your blocks out of the way here. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Bring the hands down, squat if you need to. Let the heels come up. Find your way back to plank. Inhale again in plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, find your child's pose. If you want to use a prop under your forehead, then go ahead and do so. Knees narrow or wide, however you have found your child's pose to work for you so that you're not inverted. We'll stay here for about 3 more breaths. Good. On the inhale, lift the head. If you're using any props, move it to the side. Exhale where you need. Find your way into your plank. On your inhale, walk the feet forward. Lift the spine halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Bend those knees deeply. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands come to the heart. 1 full breath here with the arms. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. As you exhale, shift that weight into the right leg as we did before. Lift the thigh up on your exhale. Then outwardly rotate and find your tree pose. Foot can come anywhere to the inner leg. Just avoid the knee joint. You want to be above or below it. Palms can press together. Rooting down through that standing foot, standing leg. Finding your breath. Arms can do as you wish. You can leave them at your heart, or if you'd like to challenge your balance more, feel free to extend the arms overhead. Any shape will do. If the arms are extended overhead, gently bring them back to your heart. Start to peel that left foot off the inner thigh, soften the standing knee, reach that foot back, and find your warrior two, settling down into your warrior. And we'll take a little flow here. As you inhale, lift the arms, straighten the leg. Exhale, shift the hips and find your triangle pose. Nice and shallow. We're going to move through a few times. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, find your warrior two. Inhale, straighten the arms and leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Hips shift to the left. Right hand comes down. Inhaling, coming up through vertical. Exhale, warrior two. One more time through. Inhale, lifting the arms, straightening the legs. Exhale, find your triangle pose. The top arm can come to the waist for this next transition. We're going to move into half moon, so my block is conveniently still there. I'm going to reach my hand forward for it, shifting the weight into the right foot. Let the back leg float and find your half moon. One more breath here. On your inhale, bring yourself back up to vertical. If you need to touch that back foot down, feel free to. We're coming into tree pose once again. Find the connection, foot to inner leg. Take a breath or two here. Good. So from here, we're going to take a cross-legged chair position. So take that left foot, peel it off the inner thigh, cross it on top of the thigh above the knee. As you exhale, sit down into your chair. Let the arms extend overhead. Breathing here, enjoying the heat, enjoying the challenge of all these balances. From here, let's slide into eagle pose. So let those inner thighs cross. Left leg is on top, left arm is underneath, flip and wrap. If your shoulders don't like this, just simply hug instead. A few more breaths here in eagle. Gently untangle the arms and legs. Find your way to Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Find your Uttanasana, bending the knees. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold only a half. Inhale, reverse swan dive, coming all the way up. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Moving on to our second side. Inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, hands come to the heart. Shift your weight to the left foot. Right thigh lifts to the chest. Outwardly rotate. Connect the bottom of the foot to the inner leg, above or below the knee. We'll stay here for a few breaths, just so you can feel like you're at home here. Feel free to move the arms as you'd like. If your arms are moving or extended, gently bring them back to your heart. Start to peel the foot off your inner thigh, soften the standing knee, reach the floating leg back and find your warrior two. Settling into your warrior two. And let's take our flow into triangle pose. Inhale, arms lift up, straightening the leg. Exhale, triangle pose, hips slide to the right. Left hand comes down. Inhale, come back up through neutral. Exhale, find your warrior two. Inhale, floating up, straighten the leg, arms above the head, and then exhale, triangle pose. One more time through. Inhaling up, exhale to warrior two. Inhale, arms above the head, straight the front leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Staying here now. Top arm can do as you wish. One more breath. And from here, we move into Ardha Chandrasana, our half moon. So the block is there and ready. Starting to shift the weight into the left foot. Left hand comes underneath the shoulder, lifting up the back leg. Top arm can extend if the balance is there. Breathe in this half moon. Enjoy the expansiveness of the pose, the ease of the breath. Even if your body's shaking, even if you feel like you're going to fall over, imagine there's an ease there. Good. One more breath. From here, finding our way back into tree pose. Soften the standing knee, start to lift the torso. Back leg starts to float forward. Keep the thigh outwardly rotated. Connect the bottom of the foot to the inner standing leg. Finding your balance. Finding your breath. And from here, cross-legged chair. So peel that right foot off the thigh again. This time cross it over the standing leg, above the knee. Go ahead and extend the arms overhead and sit back. Shoulders relaxed, front ribs pulling together. And sliding into eagle from here. So that top leg, the inner thighs can cross. Wrap the toe if you can. Right leg is on top, so right arm is underneath. Bring the arms where you can maintain them for a few breaths. Gently untangle everything. 2 feet on the mat, finding your Tadasana. Full sun salutation. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold it forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, fold all the way down, bend the knees, hands flat onto the mat, step back to your plank. Inhale again if you need it. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, find your child's pose. We'll stay here for a few breaths just to let the body settle a bit. Take one more breath in your child's pose. And gently lift your head up if it was on a prop or on your hands and find your way into your plank. Take a nice inhale in plank, and as you exhale, we're going to very slowly lower down. Lowering down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let those toes release. Walk the hands forward. Find your Sphinx pose. So the legs can be as far open as they need to be so that your lower back is a little happier here. If you're still feeling pinching, then scoop the belly up and in a little bit more. It helps to support your low back. Breathing in Sphinx. Nice long neck, shoulder blades pull down and back. Imagine your heart shooting out rays in front of you. Pew, 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 pew. Good. Take one more full breath here. Moving into a quad stretch from here. So bring the right hand in front of you as a kickstand. Bend up the left leg, reach your left hand back and hold on to the foot, ankle, or shin, whatever you can reach. Then pull the heel in towards your sit bone. Nice gentle pull. And start to push that left hip down into the mat. We want the knee to be happy, so if you feel any sharp pains, then ease off the stretch a little bit. Concentrate more on pressing the hip down and pulling the belly up and in. Gently release the left, and we'll switch to the other side. So using now your left arm as your kickstand. Bend the right leg, reach back, find the foot or ankle. Gently pull the heel towards the sit bone while pressing the right hip into the mat. One more breath. Good. Gently release the leg down. Bring yourself into a crocodile pose. Making fists if you like, especially if the shoulders are tight, or if it's comfortable for you and you can go face down for a few breaths, flatten the hands out and rest your forehead on the hands. Give a little rock of the hips from side to side. And we'll move into a few rounds of locust from here. So letting your arms come down by your sides, palms press into the mat. On your inhale, lift everything up except for the hands. So the hamstrings are activated, shoulder blades pulling together, neck is nice and long. Few breaths here. On your exhale, gently release down. You can turn your head to one side if you'd like, or use a prop here and rest your forehead on the prop. Taking a few breaths. Moving into our next round of locust, let's change the arms a bit, turning the palms to face the thighs, thumbs down. As you inhale, lifting up. To me, this always feels like a superhero flying through the clouds. One more breath. As you exhale, lower down, head can rotate to the opposite side or rest it down on a prop or your hands if you'd like. But it's nice to let the arms release and the shoulders to relax down in between. Good. So we'll move into a third round. If you'd like to repeat what we've just done, feel free. Otherwise, you can move into bow pose, grabbing onto the feet or the ankles. As you inhale, press the feet into the hands and lift up into bow. Try to keep the knees as parallel as you can so they're under the hips. And be mindful here too. You know, this does work the chest, the shoulders, and the lower back quite a bit. Good. One more full inhale. As you exhale, gently release, carry the arms out to the side. Find your crocodile again, either stacking the hands in a fist formation or flat palms. And give a little rock of the hips from side to side. Okay, so from here, bring the hands underneath your shoulders. Go ahead and tuck the toes. We're going to move through a reverse push-up or reverse tabletop, whichever one you can manage. So take a nice deep inhale here. As you exhale, start by scooping the belly and then pressing up and finding your plank. From here, go ahead and bring the knees forward, crawl it forward, have a seat, and let the legs extend out in front. All right, so from here, finding your positioning for Paschimottanasana, our seated forward fold. If you need support under your sit bones, go ahead and slide it under there now, especially if you feel like you're falling backwards or collapsing through the spine. Otherwise, sit up nice and tall. Let the arms extend out in front. And as you exhale, fold it forward. Fingertips can hold on to the toes, the shin bones, the ankles, whatever you can reach. And keep the spine nice and long here. So this is a little bit more active. Knees can soften if they need to soften. Belly is still active. And one more breath here. Good. Inhale, lift the head, bring yourself up through vertical. Exhale where you need. We're going to open those legs up now to about the width of your mat apart. So the heels are still on the mat itself. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, start to fold forward. Again, holding on to whatever you can reach. Breathing into the backs of the legs. Maybe you feel the lower back, the calf muscles behind the knees. Just breathe into it. One more breath. Gently bring yourself up through vertical. Exhale where you need. Now open up the legs so they're just wider than your mat. And for some people, this might be your widest, and that's okay. No judgment, right? We're just doing what we can in this moment. So sitting up nice and tall. As you exhale, fold it forward. Hands can now either come to the legs or come in front of you for support. Nice steady breath here. And don't worry about what this looks like. Don't worry about how far you are compared to anyone else. You are where you are today, and that's exactly where you need to be. Good. On your inhale, come all the way up through vertical. Exhale where you need. We're going to take this one more time. So go ahead and open up the legs to your widest, whatever that means. And we're all different. Our legs will all come to different angles. Sitting up nice and tall. As you exhale, fold forward. If you want more intensity, let the hands rest on the legs as you fold forward. Gravity will take you. If you don't want that and you want to be able to control it more, bring your hands in front of you. Find your happy place where you have a nice, healthy stretch. And breathe. We'll stay for about 4 breaths. Gently rolling up through the spine. Exhale where you need to. Let your pelvis tuck underneath and the legs, let them slide together. You can use your hands too to help and give a little shake, a little rock, a little pop. And from here, let's come into bound angle pose. So bottoms of the feet together. Hands can either hold on to the ankles or hold on to the arches of the feet. Try not to hold on to the toes or the toe knuckles themselves. You want the arch of the foot or the ankle. Sit up nice and tall. As you exhale, open the elbows and gently hinge forward. The elbows provide a little bit extra weight. Good. On your inhales, bring yourself back up through vertical. Exhale where you need to. We're going to take a little twist here while we're in bound angle. So bring your right hand to your right thigh above the knee. Left hand will come behind you for support. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. As you exhale, gently press the right hand into the thigh and twist the chest to the opposite direction. You're facing the left leg. Now, very often here, the left inner thigh wants to grip and hold on. Let it go. Let it relax. Good. On your inhale, come through center. Exhale where you need, set up for the other side. Left hand on the thigh, right hand behind. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And then exhale, gently twist away from that left leg. Good. Inhale, coming back through center. Exhale where you need. Bring your hands to your outer thighs. Gently close the legs. Give a little rock from side to side. Okay, from here, let's move into some outer hip openings, so double pigeon. So bringing the left leg underneath, right on top, stacking the shin bones as best you can. If your hips are tight, feel free to slide props underneath the hips to lift up a bit, or you can simply take the bottom foot and step it and take a seated pigeon instead. There's always options. Once you're settled, sit up nice and tall, flex the ankles, and breathe. If you'd like more intensity here, feel free to fold forward, always being mindful that the head stays above the heart. On your next inhale, start to bring yourself up to vertical if you had folded forward. Exhale where you need. Gently untangle the legs. You can use your hands if you need to. Bring the feet about mat width apart and gently windshield wiper from side to side. And bring yourself back up to center. We'll switch to the other side. This time the right leg is underneath, left is on top. Sitting up nice and tall. Find your pigeon variation on this side, which of course could be very different than the first. It's all good, just find whatever works for your body. And settle in and focus in on your breath. If you're folded forward, on your next inhale, start to walk yourself up to vertical. Exhaling where you need. Use the hands to untangle the legs. Bring the feet about mat width apart and gently windshield wiper from side to side. All right, so from here we're going to move into, in yin it's known as saddle, in yang it's known as hero pose. Bring yourself onto your knees, and I'll go through a few different variations. Everybody's knees and everybody's legs and hips are a little bit different. So one variation is to use a prop underneath your sit bones, making sure that the heels are just to the outside of your hips. Toes point directly backwards. Now, if this is where you are today, awesome. Stay here and breathe. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, if you're not feeling much here, remove any props from underneath. Bring the sit bones between the heels. Now, in this pose, we want the knees to be in line with the hips, not out to the side. We want to try to keep them as central as possible. You may feel a little bit of stretch, but we don't want pain. If you feel pain, then start to prop yourself up so that goes away. Now from here, if it's available to you, you can start to tuck the pelvis underneath and bring this into a reclined variation. So you can get a little bit of a back bend here, bringing the elbows underneath. Sometimes it's nice to connect the hands to the feet, lifting the chest, and letting the neck be nice and long. If this is uncomfortable, chin can come to the chest. No? Just be mindful that you're not dropping it back behind you, because that is technically an inversion. Now, one other thing that you can do here is take a prop and bring it underneath your back so that your thoracic spine between the ribs is supported by the block. If you want more activity, then press through the elbows and lift the chest. This is more like a fish pose with a hero bottom. Good. From here, tuck the chin to the chest. If it's not there already, start to ease your way up to vertical. Bring your weight forward onto your hands. Come onto your knees. We're going to come to another seated hero pose, if you will. So you can slide a block underneath if that was really intense on the legs. Sitting up helps to give a little bit of release. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, gently twist to your right. Right hand can come to your low back, or if it can reach the mat without leaning, you can touch the mat. Inhaling through center, exhale, gently twist to the other side. Inhaling, coming back through center. Exhale, come onto hands and knees. Remove the prop from underneath your sit bones if that's where it's at. Go ahead and swing the legs out in front. Give them a little bit of movement, nice, gentle, little rotation, little flex and point, especially if that was rough on the tops of your feet and ankles. All right, so from here we will come into our supported Savasana. So depending on the angle that your body likes, we'll continue to use the props that we have, which are the blocks or pillows or whatever you might have. If you can go a little bit flatter, you can go low level, medium level. If you want to be a little higher, medium level, and the back prop is high level. Gently lay back. Ribs are supported by one block. The base of the skull is supported by the other. Now, to be a true Shavasana, allow the legs to be nice and long. But if this does hurt your lower back, then you can take more of a constructive rest position. Feet flat and knees point together. This will help to protect the lower back a little more if you feel pain. So find whichever position feels the best to you. Arms out to your side, no higher than your shoulders. Palms flipped up. Let the eyes close and take rest. Start to deepen your breath. Find energy in your fingers, toes, wrists, ankles, hands, and feet, and give them a little bit of movement to gradually wake up the arms and the legs. And from here, let the arms extend up overhead. Bring the legs together long underneath you and give a nice long stretch through the body. Then from here, as long as you feel balanced on your props, bring the knees in towards the chest. You can hug them in if you'd like, or keep the feet flat and gently rock from side to side. It helps to release the lower back out a little bit more. And bringing those legs back to center, gently roll onto your right side, coming into your supported fetal position. You can lay on the blocks. It actually isn't that bad. Might not look comfy. And gently press yourself up to a seated position. Feel free to move your props under the sit bones if you'd like. Gently press the palms together in front of the heart in a prayer position. Let the chin gently lower. And take a few breaths here just to check in. Take notice of how you feel after the practice. And as always, give a few moments of gratitude, something you're thankful for right now in this moment. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. Have more time? Check out one of these beautiful practices over here, and there's more suggestions in the description below. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.